Hello, 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 I am Ben the Bold, and you are watching our playthrough of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Well, at least the playthrough of all the Naval Academy missions. Of course, we are still in Alpha, so the campaign is not available yet, but we are progressing through the Naval Academy missions nicely. Look at all those green check marks we have. Next, though, we are taking on the modern battleship. So, in this mission, we are going to try to design a late-tech battleship to fight versus a whole fleet. I've been really excited about this one because we get lots of cool technology. We get $145 million. Our goal is to build like one super heavy, super amazing battleship, as modern as can be. I think I'm going to go ahead and say boost technology. I found that boosting technology seems to be the way to go. Plus, I'm going to try doing this with just one battleship. So boosting funds might just be overkill, although check out how much extra money I could make. $100 million. I guess that would probably be if I wanted to create more than one. We may try that if we fail by just building one modern battleship, but I'm going to try boosting technology first, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, it may not be the prettiest ship, but it is definitely the biggest ship. Take a look at that. It's 82,000 tons. I actually could probably make it a little bit smaller, but to do that, I start to have to kind of wedge things up against each other. And I did want to have 5 of these Mark III 18-inch guns. Now, take a look at this. These Mark III 18-inch guns are going to be firing every 50 seconds. That's insane for 18-inch guns. That's awesome. Look at their accuracy at 10,000 meters though. 42% at 20,000 meters. That's 20 kilometers. Almost 10% accuracy. This thing is a hoss. Now, I believe we're going up against a less technologically superior force, or a technologically inferior force. So we should be able to just outrange them, out-hit them. I didn't put any torpedoes for that reason. I did go with anti-torp 2 though. You know what? I'm going to go with anti-torp 1 and see about putting a little bit more deck armor on here. Because after all, from the ranges I'm hoping to be fighting at, we're going to be needing heavy deck armor to prevent against that plunging fire. I am going to be very accurate. I've got the Generation 2 radar. I've got the best range finding that I can get. I also went with, high TNT explosives to just give me that extra little bit of punch. But yeah, hopefully I'm just going to be able to outrange everyone and hit them from afar with these huge 18-inch guns. I went with standard shells. I think that should be fine with the big guns that I have. But let's go ahead, try to destroy their entire fleet. They're not going to run away from me, so let's see what we can do. Now, I knew I wanted to fight this engagement at a huge range, which means I wanted to make sure that my ship was plenty fast. We should be hitting our top speed of close to 33 knots. We'll see what our actual funnel efficiency allows us to do. We do only have that one just mega funnel, though. We do have very efficient engines as well. I did just want to take a look. Because I want to fight this at a big range, I did go ahead and put a lot of firepower on the rear of the vessel so that even when retreating, trying to stay away from them, I'm not necessarily outgunned, that's for sure, because I still have 9 18-inch guns, which are already close to 10% accurate. I'm going to go ahead, because I am so far away, I am going to go ahead and turn 90 to them so that I can bring some extra guns into play. I did just want to look briefly at the super advanced mast or the towers of this ship, and look at I love how they just bristles with guns. Gosh, look at this ship. I have actually gone and visited a battleship in real life. They are just spectacular pieces of machinery. I went to the USS Alabama down in Mobile, Alabama. It is just driving up to it, you are just stunned by how large it is. And then the next thing that always amazed me I think I've visited it 2 or 3 times actually. I've been to Mobile a few times. It's a nice little city. But the one thing that always just astounds me as you're driving up to it is how large it is, first of all. But then second of all, just how many gun barrels there are on that boat. And you can kind of get that same sense looking at this. All those 18-inch guns, sure, but then all these smaller guns too. Just like in the USS Alabama, just every single spare inch seemed to have another gun radiating out of it. Truly a fierce, fierce piece of machinery. Both the USS Alabama in real life and the battleship Ernst, the Austro-Hungarian battleship, the Ernst, in this game. Now, I don't know necessarily if I've actually gotten any hits. Oh, there's a hit. It's actually a pretty nice little hit. But yeah, we are pretty accurate. We're about 6% chance to hit. We have plenty of shells, though, and our shells should do a ton of damage. Let's go ahead and go and check out what they are coming at me with. So we can't really tell what this is. We haven't identified it fully yet, but just from looking at it, I know that they're going to have to close distance with me, and I'm perfectly happy to let them chase me for a little while. I wonder how fast they are. If I can outrun them, then this battle should be practically over, because I can hit them from just an astounding distance away. Now, this is not the ship I hit. It's the ship I have made a few shell contacts with is actually here. It looks to be of a similar class. And you can see we've done quite a bit of damage so far. Gosh, and even from 32 kilometers away, we are just pulverizing these ships. I've gone ahead. The game auto-aimed at this ship. I believe it's because it thought it had a better targeting solution. It thought it had locked on. But yeah, check it out. We're already starting a fire on their deck. And they're 30 kilometers away. They are 30 kilometers away. They're closing fast, though. Once they can start shooting, I might turn away, see if I can outrun them a little bit. Look, you can see another one of my volleys coming in. I love the long-range fights against these Russian battleships. Let's see if any of these shells make contact. Oh gosh, I love the long-range, just plunging fights. Are we gonna hit it? Yes, that does a ton of damage. So does that. Oh man, that was a good volley we had there. And the best part about those 18-inch guns is they reload so quickly. Every 50 seconds, we're launching another huge volley downrange. I love this modern battleship. This is a great mission. You can see a few more of their ships coming in to range for visual spotting. We still haven't identified anything. I'm still going to try to take down their lead warship. If I could sink one of their big, heavy battleships, if I remember correctly, they have 2 battleships, 5 destroyers, and 5 heavy cruisers. So if I could take down a battleship now, before they were even in range to shoot at me, then, I mean, that would just be spectacular. I didn't really mean to do this, but I have been steaming the Ernst right into harm's way. I actually am going to have it do a complete 180. And, unfortunately, I can't really turn it very quickly. It's a huge vessel, but let's actually have it run away a little bit. It should be plenty fast. Still haven't identified anything. I'm still at such a long range. I'm not super worried, but right now I can actually only bring the front guns to bear, and, well, those guns are not near as... Well, I don't have near as many guns in the front of my ship as I do in the rear. So they are turning, I believe, to bring more of their guns to bear. Of course, I am going to try to do some damage to them. Looks like I missed with that volley, though. I'll tell you what, their battleship, the Chesima, is in a world of hurt. That's going to do a lot of damage. Come on, sink the thing. Unfortunately, we only had 1 penetrating hit there. Still, though, I think just a few more volleys like that, and it should go under. I'm not necessarily worried about the rest of their fleet once I sink their battleships. I believe they only had 2 of them, and the rest were heavy cruisers, so... Yeah, I have... Well, that looks like a battleship right there, doesn't it? Meanwhile, while we are doing just a world of hurt against them, the Ernst has not taken hardly any damage at all. I believe I did see it get hit once, but didn't have a penetrating hit. I believe it did like 17 damage. So I am trying to turn away a little bit. Let's keep them at a great distance. I have 9 18-inch guns at the rear of my ship, which I guess if I'm actually retreating away, only 6 of them can fire since you are not superimposed. But either way, I'm feeling pretty good about this. We have plenty of time to sink it. Looks like the Chesima is actually going to sink. due to structural damage. And now let's take a look at what we should be aiming at next. Yeah, we're definitely going to aim next at their other battleship. I believe that this should do it for battleships after this, although it did look like they had at least one more. I forget exactly how many it said that they came into battle with. But we've already done quite a bit of damage to the Admiral's Sinevin. I don't really do the Russian names super well. But, yeah. At this point, they are at such a range that really they are having a hard time hitting us. We still have about a 20% chance of hitting them. So 1 out of every 5 of our shots should actually land. I love this when I have the tech advantage over them. And my shots are the ones that are super accurate. In the last mission I did, I really felt like I just didn't have an accurate... I didn't have any guns near as accurate as what they were bringing to bear against me. We're going to get another good hit there. Unfortunately, we are actually going to take a hit, and one of our main guns is slightly damaged, or moderately damaged. But if we look at them, they only have, I think, 1, maybe 2 guns that can actually still shoot at us. We have destroyed quite a few of their main guns. The Admiral Sinevin was able to put out their fire, though. They have that 10-inch armor, and they have a lot of bulkheads, so they're going to be kind of tough to bring down. But I've decided to go ahead and shoot armor-piercing shells. I started noticing that a lot of my hits were not penetrating. So I'm shooting armor-piercing shells. That seems to be doing a number on them, assuming I actually hit them. Let's see what this volley looks like. There's one good hit. Still didn't penetrate. That one did, though. That one didn't. Either way, not a terrible hit. Not a terrible volley. Meanwhile, you can see that they are moving their heavy cruisers a little bit closer to us. I'm still not worried about them. They're just, at this point, they're at a distance where they can't really hit me. We also outspeed their ships by quite a bit, so if we needed to run away and get back into a decent range, we certainly could do that. Here comes another one of our volleys. On the last volley, we actually damaged their engine, so that should slow them down a little bit. Let's see if we get any good hits here. Nope. If anything, that was just a ricocheting hit. You actually kind of see part of the shell flying off into the ocean. I've been trying to keep an eye on their heavy cruisers out here just to see if they are going to be able to keep up with us, and really it doesn't seem that they can. We definitely outspeed them. So in the meantime, let's just keep focusing in on their battleship. Their destroyers seem to be trying to protect their battleship. Not a ton of good they can do from that range, though. And that's going to do it for their battleships. The Sinevin was able to go down. Let's check out our ship real quick as it transitions its fire to the heavy cruisers. I'll go ahead and go off the armor piercing until we see what kind of armor these heavy cruisers have. We have really taken no damage. We have a moderate bit of damage to this front turret. We still have all of our barrels in the fight. And they're heavy hitters, the ones that we were afraid of. They're done. They're out. Now, I still have to worry a little bit about these heavy cruisers because, well, we only have 12 inches of armor. Of course, this armor is really effective armor. We invested a lot into the technology that makes your armor a little bit more effective. I think that's what that plus 100% means. So I hope that means we have like 24 inches of armor on the belt. I don't know. Let's check out the heavy cruisers that we're going against, though. This is the heavy cruiser, the Graf Orlov. We actually just got a major hit on it. It has 8 inches of armor, so it's relatively well protected. It does have maximum bulkheads, so it's nothing to trifle with. They only have 9-inch guns, although their 9-inch guns I don't think can get in range of mine without me just giving it absolutely punishing return fire from my guns that are twice as large. I'm glad that it said that they won't retreat because, well, if I were on this heavy cruiser and my battleships had just gone under, I'd be getting out of here. Yeah, and indeed, we just get another hit. They now have 2 engine damaged icons. They seem to be running. I know it's said that they won't retreat, but I don't necessarily trust that. Maybe I should start to bring my big battleship more towards them. I'll have it angle kind of this direction. In the meantime, I have a feeling that what this heavy cruiser is actually trying to do is get to the rear of this column, although I am going to go ahead and focus fire it down. Let's sink it before moving on to the other heavy cruisers. And of course, kind of annoyingly, we do have to sink these destroyers. They're going to be tough to hit, even with our increased accuracy. They also probably are carrying quite a few torpedoes. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, no, they're pretty torpedo heavy. Unfortunately, it seems like we missed that volley. They're pretty torpedo heavy. Hopefully we won't let them get close enough to really deal too much damage. In the meantime, let's go ahead and sink this heavy cruiser. That heavy cruiser sunk, so now we're going to go ahead and transition on to the, what is this, the Darius? I'm actually going to put us on save ammunition, and I'm actually, because I'm not super worried about the sheer amount of... Well, I'm not super worried about the ships they have remaining. I'm going to have us get in closer, try to take down these things from a little bit closer range. I know that all of a sudden that's going to mean that I'm going to have to deal with these torpedo boats, these torpedo destroyers, but I am a little worried about how much ammo I have left. So from this closer range, I'm much more effective. In fact, I was able to sink that heavy cruiser really without any problems whatsoever, but I am starting to take a lot more small gun fire from the destroyers pretty much everywhere. I'm also, a little bit worried about some of these other heavy cruisers, but what I'm most worried about at this point are torpedoes. I'm going to try to sink this heavy cruiser really quickly because it's already in dire straits, and then focus some fire towards the torpedo boats. But I'm a little worried about that because I only have 750 more shells remaining on these big guns. We've kind of gone through them kind of quickly. Hopefully that volley will sink you. Nope, looks like we missed. Oh well, we'll keep shooting. In the meantime, my 6-inch guns, if you guys could fire in on the torpedoes, that would be great. There, we did it. We did sink that heavy cruiser. If you look at all of the torpedoes in the water, though, oh no, this is going to be a disaster. Maybe we can speed by them. Maybe we can speed by them, but look at all these torpedoes. Just look at them all. We're definitely... All right. Are we going to do this? Are we going to move past them? I'm going to go to high explosive if I'm firing at destroyers. Unfortunately, my chance to hit these destroyers are very, very low. Oh, but I did hit that one. That was excellent. I needed that real bad. Let's aim at this destroyer next. And it appears that I'm going to actually miss that huge volley of torpedoes. That is very good indeed. Wow, and in one hit we took down the Pallada. I guess they had a ammo detonation, so that was excellent. Excellent work, and now we just have some destroyers to deal with, or actually one more heavy cruiser. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with it pretty easily. It doesn't have a ton of armor, so I'm going to stay with these high explosive shells. But I'm also going to watch out for these destroyers. Maybe I'll actually aim down one of the destroyers now. And wow, in one hit again, it seems like the high explosive was definitely the way to go as we punctured through their armor and just exploded some of their ammunition stores. So now we just have a bunch of destroyers left on the field. I'm suddenly feeling a lot better about this as far as the amount of ammo I have. So we need to stay away from these destroyers. They're going to blow smoke. They're going to try to make it just that much harder for them to hit us. I mean, that's what I would do too. Boom, another hit. I'll tell you what, the accuracy of this ship has been astounding. We are going to take some torpedo hits here, though. There's nothing really I can do to stop that. Maybe if I just stop the ship. We'll avoid a number of them. I'm also trying to turn in towards them. Oh man, this is going to be a disaster. Maybe we'll avoid the majority of them and only get hit by a few. Anyway, I've been very excited about the accuracy of this battleship, although we are going to finally take our first real damage here, as it looks like we're going to have one torpedo hit us exactly midship. That did a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, just the absolute speed of this thing has proved to be extremely helpful. They got a huge volley off. We did take one small torpedo hit, but it actually looks like we're going to tank it pretty well. So I guess I will come back up to full speed ahead, and let's just keep going. It says we actually have a 17% chance of hitting this destroyer here. Let's see if our volleys do it. Yep, one hit, KO. They fired a ton of torpedoes. Let's try to turn into them. Maybe also slow down. Will that save us? I think our momentum's going to keep us going. I still think we can probably tank a bunch of these torpedo hits. We also have a 26% chance of hitting that with everything. Our 6-inch guns are finally coming to bear, as well as our 4-inchers. It's already hurting them a ton. If we can just get one good hit with our heavy guns, though, our 18-inchers, we will have this on lockdown. Meanwhile, I do believe we still have just one more destroyer back here. Still trying to slow down to avoid some of these hits. Doesn't look like that's going to be super effective. Let's go ahead and turn. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and go back to flank speed. We're going to take a bunch of hits here. Oh man, this is really going to rock our boat. Oh, don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. One hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits. 5 hits. Is there going to be 6? We're going to suffer some engine damage. And we're just going to miss the 6th hit. Meanwhile, I believe we only have one more destroyer to take down. Yeah, it looks like we just have one more destroyer to take down. We're going to turn towards it. I'm okay tanking another torpedo hit like that, as long as we can sink this ship in good time. Our 6-inch guns are doing some work. If we could take out their torpedo tubes, that would be nice. Looks like they had a ammo detonation, they're flooding, and we should put them under right there. Alright, so I think that's all of them. Come on. Yep, and the screen is going to go to black, which means the battleship Ernst has done a terrific job taking out an entire fleet by itself. That one was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed that. Being, you know, having this super strong battleship that we create that just outclasses everything on the water. And we're able to sink 2 battleships, 5 heavy cruisers, and 5 destroyers like they were nothing. That was modern Battleship. We only unfortunately have one more naval mission to do together, and that one will be Numbers Don't Matter. I'm excited about this one, although it's kind of going to be bittersweet because it is the last naval mission, and then basically we'll just have to wait until the campaign comes out, and who knows how long that'll be. Hopefully early 2020. So yeah, tune in next time for when we take on Numbers Don't Matter. I've been Ben the Bold, you have been you, and I hope you're having a great day. If you are, give me that like button, hit up that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one.